Hello, my pretties. Gormac here with my top bass players. Now, I could have done probably a top 20 for this. I'm keeping it tight. We're going top 5 of all time. Anybody who's followed me at all won't be shocked by any of these 5 men on here. And to be honest, this is I would actually consider this a 5-way tie for first if I had to, because they're all, to me, incredible, and they're all influences on my bass playing. So, number 5 is Cliff Burton from Metallica. Like most Metallica fans, the first 3 albums to me are holy ground, and it's the bass playing on those albums that really drew me in. And Cliff's playing was otherworldly. Number 4 is John Young from Dream Theater, or as my buddy and I call him, Fingers Young. This dude is unbelievable, and the stuff this guy can do is just incredible, and I feel he's underrated, to be perfectly honest. Number 3 is the bass player for my favorite band of all time, Megadeth, and that is David Ellison. In my mind, wrote one of the most iconic bass intros in metal with Peace Sells. I love his groove. I love the fact that he can stay in the pocket if he has to, or he can go out there and he can add that little flair every now and then that you want to hear. Number 2 is a guy who stays in the pocket all the time, and he's one of the best at it, in my opinion, and that's Bobby Dahl from Poison. Poison's bass playing is not the hardest stuff in the world to play. I understand that, but there's something about a bass player that can stay in that pocket and make it sound funky, and he can do that. And live, I love watching him live. He does a solo he's been doing a solo on the Nothing But a Good Time 2018 tour, and it was awesome. And my favorite bass player of all time is a legend in bass playing, and that is Billy Sheehan from the David Lee Roth Band, Mr. Big, Talus, Niacin, the Winery Dogs, just so many bands. This guy is by far my favorite bass player in the metal and rock genre. The only other bass player that's even close to Billy, I didn't put him on this list because it's a little too obvious, is Geddy Lee. And so basically tied for first is Geddy Lee and Billy Sheehan together. And so far, building my perfect band, we have on drums Pat Torpy, on bass Billy Sheehan, and Geddy Lee. So we're going to have 2 bass players in this band. It's going to be badass. So in the next part, we are going to do the vocals. And I'll tell you my top 10 vocalists and why. See you in the next part, guys.